Hi guys, we're gonna do a body weight workout today, so no equipment necessary. It's gonna be short. We're doing 2 circuits and 2 sets of each, and we're gonna start by warming up. So we're gonna start with a squat, step out burpee. So no jumping. You're just gonna keep a really straight spine, sit the butt down, keep the weight in the heels, and then bring your hands to the ground. Step one leg back at a time, starting on the right leg, and then step forward with the right, weight to the heels as soon as you can. Not everybody will have the same mobility, but this is the goal, okay? Hands down, step back with the right, step forward with the right. Keep a nice straight spine on the way up. If you're rounding the spine a lot, take littler steps. Do what you need to do to keep that spine straight. That's really the most important piece. You don't want to be rounding the back to come down. Okay, let's switch to the left. So hands down, step back with the left. Think about a strong core here. Step the left forward and come back up to stand. At the top, I'm thinking about glutes and core contracting together. 2 more on the left side. And last one. Okay, now we're gonna move into a forward backward lunge. So again, thinking about the core and glute integration, we're gonna start with the right leg, step forward, come into a lunge, and then step back in a lunge. Whichever foot is in front, that's the heel that you're focusing on. So you're using your front glute. So here I'm thinking right glute to push up, tap in the middle if you need to catch your balance. We're gonna do 5 per leg. So nice straight spine. Core is working to stabilize your pelvis, and then we'll switch sides. So we're gonna step forward with the left, inhale down, push off, keeping the glute, that front glute and the core working together. Here's 3. 4, push off with the glute. And last one. 5, good. We're getting a lot of legs in the beginning here. Don't worry, we'll balance it out later. Now we're going into a step out lateral lunge. So you're gonna step with one foot, keep the other leg straight. We're gonna bend the outside leg and push back. Really important here too that you're thinking about the heel. Okay, so outer heel, this is my left, and then I'm using core and glute relationship to push back. 6, we're gonna switch sides, step out, butt back, straight spine. Okay, so we're not rounding. That's gonna inhibit your glutes. Doing an extra for that rounded one. Good, and now we're getting down onto the ground. All right, moving into core. Going into a double crunch, hands behind the head. Now, before you even start, you're gonna think about your abs working to hold the weight of the feet up against gravity. So feet a little above the knees, and then exhale, crunch the rib cage toward the pelvis, hold this, rock the pelvis back toward the ribs, and then inhale down. So you're not using your legs to pump the hips in. You don't want to just hope it happens, right? You're using your brain to use your muscle to move the pelvis. So thinking about the abdominal, all of the abdominal muscles, pulling the pelvis in On this next one, we're gonna stay up. Okay, stay up, straighten the legs up, lower one leg, and we're gonna pulse this leg in twice and switch. Pulse, switch. Try to keep your pelvis really stable. You should feel some heat in your core. One more here. Good. And that little exhalation really helps for your core to stay in control of the movement. We're back to the top and we're gonna repeat. So keeping a nice straight spine. Inhale, sink down into a squat. Hands down, step back with the right, step forward with the right, heels down as soon as you can, spine straight as soon as you can, and back up to stand. We'll squat down, touch down, right leg back, core glutes lats engaged here. Step forward, and back up. Squat, right leg back, right leg forward, right leg back. And switching to the left side. So come down, left back, left forward. If you mess up the sides, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Hands down, just trying to give you a little bit of a system here so that it feels balanced when you're doing it. Left back, left forward. Two more. Left back, left forward. Good. All right, moving on to the forward backward lunge. We're gonna start this time on the left side. So step, try to save your exhalation for the push off. So we are thinking left glute, right glute, and pointing to the heel because you want to really drive that heel down into the floor to initiate the glute. Okay, and let's switch sides. Stepping forward with the right and push back. Good, always a little bit of compactedness in the core, so it's very active. You can put your hands here. Putting the fingertips together seems to really help people with their balance and proprioception. So you can try that if you're struggling with the balance. This one is a little bit of a balance challenge. Good, okay. We're gonna go into the lateral lunge. This time I'm gonna reach down to opposite ankle with opposite hand. So we're stepping out and reaching across. You don't need to touch the ankle because I want you to keep your spine straight. So don't round the spine in order to get the ankle. You're just getting a little more core and oblique in that reach. And then pushing back with the heel. Switching sides. Save your exhalation for the push off. Strong core, strong outer glute. Now that we've been through them once, you can be a little more vigorous about this. Last one. Good, we're back down. So back into the double crunch. Feet a little above the knees. Hands behind the head to support the neck so you can really focus on your core. We're gonna crunch up, rib cage toward pelvis, and then pull the pelvis in, and then head down. Crunch up, pelvis in, pelvis back, head down. You might want to save your exhalation in this one for when the hips come in, because that's when you really need the most power for your abs. Peeling up, pelvis in. Okay, on this next one, we're gonna stay up and then straighten the legs right up. Lower one leg, tug the top leg in using abs twice. The breathing really helps. Just a little tug, harder to talk in this one. One more on each side. Okay, good job. We're gonna flip over. Now you're gonna feel your upper body just a little bit more in the second circuit. We're still using core, kind of using core in everything. I don't know if you figured that out. All right. So if push-ups are really difficult for you, feel free to do a very shallow push-up. We're gonna do hands just underneath the shoulders. Okay, deep, deep core engaged. Inhale down, exhale up. Always thinking about abs here. So think about your abs and your lats more than you're thinking about anything else. It is inevitable that you will be using chest and shoulders and triceps, but you need to think about core and lats. Is the dog standing right in front of the camera? Outside. We're gonna go into a supine tricep dip. Fingertips pointed forward, okay, and coming up into a quadruped position. So bridging the hips up. From here, feel free to use your lower body as much or as little as you want. We're gonna inhale, bend the elbows, and straighten back up. Think about your anatomy here. So the triceps are the muscle that run along the back of the arm. As you bend the elbow, that muscle stretches over the elbow joint. So as you bend the elbow, the tricep lengthens, and as you extend the arms up, it shortens. Inhale, exhale. You might feel a stretch in the front of the shoulder. Adjust your range accordingly to make sure that there's no bad pain here. One more. Good. You should be feeling the back of the arms there. Now, lying all the way down, one leg straight up, arms at your sides, and we're gonna go into single leg hamstring bridge. So whichever leg is on the floor, you're thinking about that glute and hamstring. Engage your core. Exhale, bridge the hips up, and inhale to lower back down. You're always thinking about your core. I have said this already, but especially on the way down here, you don't want to just thump back down to the floor. So think about the rib cage and the pelvis moving a little closer together in the lowering phase. Repetitions are approximate today. Okay, other leg up, and then think about glute and hamstring. Exhale up, around 10 per side here. 3, 4, so thinking about that glute and hamstring working together. If you have any tightness in the knee here, you may have some tightness in your IT band. It's totally fine to move to 2 legs. Just do a bridge with both legs on the floor. Okay, let's go back into the T rotation. Okay, so abs engaged. Inhale, exhale, rotate. Inhale, exhale, thinking about your core the most. Because it's gonna help the biomechanics everywhere else. The hips, the shoulders. Like I said, you don't want muscles scrunching up by the neck. One more here. Good. Quadruped tricep dip. So we're up, abs engaged, using a little glute here too. Bridge yourself up, feel that stretch in the front of the shoulders, check in with your core, and then we're gonna inhale, bend the elbow, let the hips come down, and then strengthen everything all the way back up. So we're lengthening triceps, under tension, back of the arm, and shortening to come up. Last one. Good. I am one of those annoying breathers. Feel free to do the same. It's really good for you, helps you to engage the core every time you have a really strong exhalation when you're working out. So it helps you to stabilize. And we're gonna go back up in the single leg bridge. So exhale, inhale down. 6, 7, 8, core active. Switch sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 2. Almost stopped, forgot. Good. All right, stretch your legs up. Heels up, toes down. Just scissor those guys. Give your hamstrings a really nice, well-deserved stretch. And then hug your knees into the chest, maybe pull the knees open and just rock a little bit side to side here. And you're all done. If you're on vacation, you're probably eager to get back to some fun stuff, but it should feel good getting this in. You don't need any equipment. Good job.